Hi, did you know that despite the numerous natural resources reserve Africa is blessed with, it still continues to be the poorest continent, with over 90% of the world's poorest countries, according to the UN Human Development Index, coming from sub-Saharan Africa alone? Did you know that over 80% of coltan, the core ingredient used in the manufacture of electronic devices such as mobile phones, computers, and tablets, is coming from Africa, specifically DR Congo? And yet, Africa can't even manufacture a mobile phone. How can a continent that constitutes 16% of the global population contribute only 2% to global GDP? Did you know that the natural resources reserve of the Democratic Republic of Congo, which is estimated to be 24 trillion US dollars, is more than the GDP of the US economy and that of all the countries of Europe combined? And yet, Democratic Republic of Congo continues to be ranked among the 5 poorest countries in the world. Did you know that over 401 million of the world's extremely poor people, that is people who live on less than $1.9 a day, is coming from sub-Saharan Africa alone? This drives me thinking and wondering whether the natural resources reserve of Africa is a blessing or a curse. My name is David Asana, and in this video, I will take you through 3 reasons why Africa continues to be the poorest. 1. Laziness and lack of exploration. This is one of the major reasons why some countries continue to have low level of innovation and productivity. It is interesting to know that all human progress and development, especially in the area of science and technology, has come as a result of man's curiosity and zeal to discover, explore, and to understand his environment better. It is this same reason that brought us from the Stone Age to the Middle Ages to this current modern civilization. We may boast of having oil, gold, and other minerals, but are we able to discover and explore them on our own? If someone has to come from somewhere to discover and extract that oil for you, and will take 90% and give you 10%, what meaningful thing can you do with it? Man's quest to know his environment better has always been the driving force in technological revolutions. However, many countries and people in Africa continue to be poor because they are not just ready to explore and innovate. They are used to their own ways of doing things and always expecting innovations to come from others, and this continues to keep them in poverty. Laziness and lack of curiosity is the main reason why many people do not explore and innovate. Exploration involves high-level thinking and requires a lot of energy, effort, and mental resilience. 2. We consume more than what we produce. Most highly developed countries have a high percentage of their labor force employed in the private sector, while most developing countries have a high percentage of their labor force employed in the public sector. This is usually because developed countries are driven by capitalist economies, innovations, entrepreneurship, and advanced technology, usually started by private individuals and private businesses. Poor countries are poor because they consume more and produce less, and so it is with individuals. Most government employees are in the services sector, and the services sector is limited in potential and the ability to export, and so they are unable to engage in international trade. For example, most services sector employees such as teachers, nurses, and police can only provide their services locally. So any nation which has more employees in the public sector, which is services dominated in most poor countries, will continue to be poor for many years. For any nation to truly develop, it must invest more in technology, innovations, and manufacturing, where daily consumer goods can be produced locally. 3. Poor self-image. This is one of the major factors that hinder people from being more successful than their present situation. This is especially common in people with a history of colonialism. People from some of these countries have that psychological feeling that they are inferior and that they can never create anything of a higher quality than people from developed countries. We need a generation of people who are ready to think, to create, to innovate, and to solve problems, and not lazy people who are not ready to think. When I talk of laziness, I am not just talking about physical laziness, but I am talking about laziness in thinking, and that is mental laziness. Because the world we are living in today is not about how physically hard you can work, but it is about how hard you can think or how creative and innovative you are. We need a generation of people who are bold and fearless, and not people who compromise on our values, the structural foundations of our society, and import cultures that are against the natural order of God simply because others are doing it. We need a generation of leaders who are ready to think and plan 100 years ahead of time, and not leaders who are planning for the next 100 days. If you can change your ways of thinking like the way I have changed, together we can build a better Africa. We need a generation of critical thinkers and dreamers, a generation of people with foresight and vision who can drive innovation and change. This message is an extract of the book Achieving Your Greatest Dreams, my latest book. If you really want a book that can help to break your barriers in thinking, a book that can stretch your mind in thinking, a book that can help you to have the big picture thinking, a book that can help you to achieve your goals and dreams faster than you thought possible, a book that can help you to structure your life and achieve more in 1 year than what you did in the last 5 years, please get a copy of this book. Thank you very much. I am the Chief Executive Officer of Global Institute of Entrepreneurship and Technology. At GIT Limited, we offer business consultancy services, we do digital advertising training, and we run entrepreneurship short courses. If you need any of our services, please contact us on 0248 274107. Thank you for your time and your attention.